The Central Bank of Iraq and the US Federal Reserve are moving towards authorizing Iraqi banks to contract with international auditing companies. Why is the world would you be doing that if you weren't going international? You wouldn't. We're not talking about the central bank or the state banks, we're talking about private Iraqi banks. Quote, "This step is a turning point that contributes to drawing a clear map for the work of Iraqi banks on the global stage as they deal with international correspondence and financial guarantees in addition to instant transfers." Nope, they haven't stopped the auctions. They're resuming. They sell US dollars daily abroad, because Iraq doesn't have a tradable currency. These remittances will continue until the rate changes. The only real change that's happened is the dollars are transferred now at the banking level instead of the central bank level. They're preparing the banks to be able to transfer foreign currencies abroad and be ready for the rate change when it occurs. Mr. Sami says month of January is critical. Frank, yes, it is critical in the sense they are about to give you your purchasing power because the evidence points solely in that direction. There is no other option, there is no other choice. Central Bank announces major achievement in foreign transfers. Quote, "This achievement is a radical transformation in line with the best international standards and practices to achieve a stable and secure financial system." So where is the RV then? Why still at 1/6 of a penny? Question, is the dinar floating? Marks, it's floating in the parallel market and in a direction that supports us. It was 1,500 a few days ago in the parallel markets, which mean we are watching the dinar gain value in the free market. They are changing how auctions work and want us to know why. The feel on the streets, we citizens know a new rate is coming. Everything is pointing to this. Frank, I agree with you. I can feel the rumbling of the earthquake that will bring you your monetary reform, purchasing power. Things are getting very exciting. Changes are coming inevitably. What awaits Iraq after January 20th? Quote, "Iraq will be part of the new Middle East. This is what a number of observers expect about the next stage after Donald Trump assumes the US presidency on Monday, January 20th. Trump's strategy will depend on severing the relationship between Iraq and Iran once and for all. That is, Trump will not rely on the gray area in which Iran's allies maneuvered in the past. Therefore, the current and future Iraqi government will have to reveal the truth about its relations with the United States of America, and Trump will not accept a government that is an enemy of the United States of America. If al-Sudani's government does not abide by Trump's conditions, there may be some alignment between Washington and Tel Aviv to stop this Iranian influence inside Iraq. On the bond side, I had 2 contacts check in and they are expecting funds over the next 4 days, so per their update today, between now and the 10th. We are praying they actually get payments this week, because you and I are right behind them, or at the same time. When they start getting their money, our notifications should go out. The next step is to do global transactions against other currencies in dinar and other foreign currencies. They will become similar to foreign currency in international terms. I don't believe it's going to be at 1,320 for the dollar. It will not work as a RIA. From today, banks are closed and will not open in Iraq until next week. Monday is a national holiday, Army Day. It definitely looks like a timed mechanism in many ways. There's a lot of rumors talking about how the rate might change on January 6th. Disregard that. I can promise you the rate is not changing on January 6th. I'm going to give you a date in this and it's opinion based, so this may or may not happen. If the rate is going to change, because we don't know if the rate is going to change in the month of January, it will be sometime in the second half of January after the 15th. That is a promise. It has to be after the 15th, the rate cannot change before the 15th. And, it can only change on what is their Sunday, so it has to be on one of their Sundays after the 15th. Again, we don't know if the rate is changing in January at all. We do know January is a critical month. Vietnam is entering a phase of strong and steady growth. Experts believe Vietnam's economy will grow a lot in 2025, somewhere between 6.5% to 8%. Their exciting predictions are backed by several things, including a recovering real estate market, people spending more money, and the government putting a lot of money into infrastructure. Economist threatens painful US sanctions on Iraq to tighten screws on Iran. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani issued a directive to the Ministry of Electricity today, Tuesday, regarding gas contracting. The Prime Minister's media office stated in a statement that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani chaired a meeting today with representatives of the Hilal Oil Company, in the presence of the Ministers of Oil and Electricity, indicating that during the meeting, the government's plans to proceed with gas investment in partnership with the private sector were discussed. The Prime Minister directed the Ministry of Electricity to proceed with contracting with Al Hilal Company to obtain 100 million standard cubic feet of gas, in order to benefit from it in operating electric power stations. Al-Sudani also instructed the Ministry of Oil to expedite the removal of all obstacles that hinder the progress of the investment of the Crescent Gas and Oil Company in the Kashim al-Ahmar Enjana field, which is located in Diyala Governorate, within a specific plan and time period. Member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Jamal Khoja, expected on Tuesday that the budget tables would be sent in February, while he pointed out the possibility of delaying its passage due to disagreements over Article 12. Khoja said in a statement to Shafaq News, "The Iraqi law requires the Council of Ministers to send the state's general budget to the House of Representatives in the 9th or 10th month of each year, but this has not happened in the past years." Khoja expected that the budget tables for the year 2025 would be sent to the Council at the beginning of next February, but the disagreements over Article 12 of the budget law may delay sending the tables from the government to Parliament. Khoja added that the House of Representatives and members of the Parliamentary Finance Committee do not have any knowledge of the details of the budget schedules for the year 2025, noting that they do not know the size of the budget in terms of operating and investment expenses and the deficit rate so far. Article 12 of the draft budget law includes compensation for the Kurdistan Regional Government for the costs of production and transportation of oil extraction in the region. It is noteworthy that the representative of the Kurdistan Democratic Party bloc, Jaitima, confirmed earlier to Shafaq News Agency that the Iraqi government previously calculated in the budget law the cost of extracting oil at $6, and this is a very small number, noting that foreign companies that work on extracting oil at a cost of up to $26 per barrel.